What is up, guys? The reason why you haven't seen a vlog up in about a week or so, because I've been doing some major cleaning up in here. If you look, everything is kind of cleaned out. I put all the boxes away. The scooters are gone. The camera's kind of gone. I put my gaming computer over there and connected it to the 60-inch right there. A lot of cleaning, basically. We took 2 carfuls of stuff to storage and basically threw away just about, let me see if I could find it, like about 10 of those trash bags full of stuff in the trash. That's why you haven't seen a video in a while, because I've been doing some major cleaning. It is much cleaner here. There is a cable going down that way. I gotta go ahead and tie that up, but these Velcro straps have saved my life, and in today's video these Velcro straps actually play a vital role. So let's get to it.
It's just a static electricity. It's us moving to the sound. Your lips are all I need.
What is up, guys? Welcome to the vlog. Welcome. This time today, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go through my first add-on to the car, which is gonna be a dash cam, or how I know it as the black box. So this isn't specifically for BMW. You could do it for any other car, but this process is pretty much very similar. So I'm gonna go and run through that with you, and you guys will see that right here. The vlog, guys. So we are starting at nighttime. What am I doing? This is going to be an interesting vlog because I'm installing the first mod in the BMW, which is going to be a black box. I had a black box in the X1. Check that out. I'm going to go put it in the 5 Series now. So here's the stuff you need. Here's the stuff you need. You want Velcro ties, or any kind of tie, zip ties. You need a screwdriver set. Basic tools, spudgers, because you do need to pop off the SRS. A little sign to get the A-pillars out. Now, the first thing you need to do is pull out the weather stripping right here. So just from here to up here, just pull it out, pull out the weather stripping, and then that way you could actually get off the pillars without having too much problems. There's a few clips back there, but it's only held in by 1 screw. So once you take out that 1 screw, it's just forced to take it out. Be very careful you don't break any clips, because that's going to be a pain in the butt. But besides that, yeah, once you take off the A-pillars, you also need some double-sided tape, that's right, because what you want to do is you want to fish the wire and you want to put it in there. And you want to put double-sided tape around the wire so that it doesn't pop back out. This is something that I did with the X1. Now with the X1, I didn't take off the A-pillars because I was just too lazy. But this time I want to do it right. And what's interesting about this car, or at least what I heard, is there is a cigarette port down here. I don't know, there's a cigarette port down there, so then I don't have to wire it all the way up to my glove box, which is freaking awesome. You guys should start right about here and start pulling it down. And you see how it starts to come off. I started here and I kind of messed up the inside of this spot right here. Make sure you guys don't pull too hard right here, because you will rip the inside of this. So be careful right here. I kind of messed it up just a little bit. Not really, it didn't tear, but I was pulling on it really hard right here. Start from here and just get the weather stripping off just enough to where the pillars are. The pillar goes all the way to about here. Then you can stop right there. And there you go. Now you see the pillar is loose. This is all you need to get off. Next step is, if you have a spudger, this is to take out an iPhone case, but anything, a credit card will work too. You want to pop this little airbag clip off, and you want to be careful not to scratch anything. I should really use both hands for this. There you go. I used a guitar pick little spudger thing because it was thinner. Got it in there and popped it off like such. And again, guys, with this weather stripping, it takes a lot of force to pull it out. so it feels like you're breaking it. Just don't worry you're not breaking it, just use a decent amount of force. I had to pull out with a lot of force. So this should just pull right out now. And you don't even have to remember the orientation because it says airbag on there. Just put that away wherever you're gonna need to put that back on. And there's a hex screw right there. That's what the screwdriver set's for. So then now you are pretty much 99% done with it. The rest of it is on there by clips. There's little clips down here that actually fork down like such. So what you want to do is you want to pull this out and then you want to lift it up this way. So again, I should be doing this with 2 hands. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So there you go, guys. These are the 2 clips that are in there. Definitely a scary thing to do. And then remember I told you about these 2 forks down here? So you pop it out this way first, and then you pull it out this way afterwards. It should pop right off, and now you have room to fish your line through, pretty much. I'm just gonna fish it down this way, probably put it through here, and then grab it from down here. I don't think I need to pop out the panels, but if I have to, yes, these things should do pop out. Perfect. This one goes behind the weather stripping, so I might have to pull this out just a little bit more. There we go. Then this should just pop out. Again, guys, it's gonna be a lot easier when you guys do it because you'll have 2 hands. It comes right out when you use 2 hands. And you have a huge opening right here. So these clips are interesting. They're built into the side panel, so be very careful. You don't want to snap these. They're not replaceable as easily. They're not replaceable. If they break, you have to replace the little panel. But now you have a whole bunch of room in here that you could work with. So you could fish that wire down and really get it down here. Probably pop it off this way. So then now it's time for installing the power, which is right here. Now this is a lot of cables and I don't really need this much. So what I'm going to be using is these cable ties to tie it off in the bottom. That's what you need the cable ties for. And you also want to use the cable ties to secure it onto the car. And you want to secure it pretty tight and pretty tight both ways. Both with this one, and you want to put some tension on the actual line itself so that it doesn't rattle. The double-sided tape is for when you put it up in here. Like I said before, you don't want that that wire coming back out, so you want to put some double-sided tape up here. And then this seems like it's pretty easy because with the X1, what I did was I didn't pull out the A-pillars, but I did just kind of put it inside the little grooves of the A-pillars, wired it around, and then wired it all the way down here into the glove box with where there's a little charger. But I heard that there's a little power socket right down here, which is going to be a lifesaver. So we'll go ahead and test fit it to see how everything works, see how much line we actually need, and afterwards we'll be done. This is probably one of the easiest installations you could do, really. Just gotta be prepared though. Have the right tools for the right job. So what you want to do is you want to test fit to see where you're actually going to want the black box. Now I like to have it as far up as I can, and then suction it in, and that way you know where to fish out the wires. You want to give the wires a little bit of slack where you connect it, because you want to, when you take this out to export the footage into your computer, you actually want to unplug that wire so it does need to move a little bit. So then rather than that, just test fitting, and that's it. So if you look here, when I first put this in, this camera was tilted upwards. You want to put it in so that it's straight, it's vertical, pointing out this way. You'll get the best angle this way. This is probably going to get in the way, so I'm going to go ahead and power it on to see if this pillar right here doesn't get in the way of the camera. For the most part, you get 100, almost 180 degrees, 170 degrees with this lens. So as long as you capture the basic front, then you'll get the license plate and everything. But this is kind of how I want to keep it, because when I'm driving, it doesn't get in the way. I can't really see it. I don't want it to get in the way. I want this to cover the black box. That's how I always have it, so that I don't even know it's there. And that's kind of how I like to rock the black box. This is just test fitting right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and see if the footage comes out all right. So it looks like nothing gets in the way. If you look at the camera here, you can see all the way to the pillar right here. That pillar right there, you can see it inside the frame in here. And then you can see all throughout up to that car right there. That's exactly kind of the reference that I want. Almost 170 degrees up front. This is perfect. So this is a perfect position, which means I'm not sure if I'm gonna resuction that on or I'm just gonna keep it there. We'll see. I usually put a little bit of water on it, so it really sucks in. And then just install everything else and we're done. Okay, so what you wanna do is start down here. I have the wire coming up from right here, going in through the glove box. I opened this part up so you could reach through it. And then I fished it out through here. Wires coming up right here, through here. And then you want to tie it off, like at the closest tie off point you can find. Probably tie one off right here, and then tie another one off probably about here with whatever strip or anything that you have. Tie one more off here. All right guys, so lines fished up to here. Like I said, I have it off with Velcro straps here and here. These two parts I actually just used the full length of Velcro strap to wrap it a few times, but over here in the Velcro strap I cut it so it does get as close as I can to where I need to be. Make sure this line is pretty taut throughout. And then this part right here, this is where you need the double-sided tape. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna actually cut off a small strip of this, like right here, and then wrap it around the line and then push it in so it sticks onto the glass up here, or at least it sticks inside, so you don't have to worry about this coming out. A little bit goes a long way. There's really not much force to pop it off. When I had it in the X1, I ran it for 2 years without double-sided tape, and I say about every 2-3 months the line would start popping out from here, and I would just put it in with a credit popping out from here, and I'll just push it back in with a credit card. That's what I was doing for 2 years until I took it to auto mechanics place, and he double-sided taped it for me. Here is an example of how much double-sided tape you want. A very thin little strip. There you go. And then you just want to wrap it around the wire up here. So there you have it. It's just double-sided tape wrapped around like this, like so. And so when you push it in here now, like such, it actually sticks on there and you don't have to worry. And what you want to do is actually just push it in just a little bit so it goes in a little bit further, and there. Now this is not coming out. You want to probably double-sided tape it somewhere in the middle right here, and then probably at the very end right here, and you'll be done. Just 3 spots of double-sided tape. Again, strips this thin. And there you have it, guys. The wire comes out right here. You can barely see it. It's double-sided taped up here, right here, right here, and then it's fished through here. It's velcroed here, it's velcroed here, velcroed here, and then it's going in through here and out the bottom. And this is the final line right here. Now I'm gonna leave this here for the time being because I don't know where I'm gonna connect this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna connect it in the glove department or if I'm gonna connect it under the glove box. That I gotta go to the dealer and check out why that's not working down there. But it looks like we're pretty much done. There's one more thing. You want to put the panels on both sides before you put the weather stripping back on. And all the weather stripping is where it's still connected. Push it along the lines of where it's connected very firmly, and it should go right back into its place. But this is the bulk of the installation. Once you have the wires going through here where you cannot see anything and it just looks factory, again, you're tying it onto the factory harnesses. Once you've gone this far, you've pretty much finished the installation. Again, this small wire you could barely see, it's hugging it. You make sure you measure it out correctly as you put in the double-sided tape, because once that double-sided tape is set, you're pretty much done. And there you have it. Put everything back exactly the way I took it out. Guys, I had a problem with lining this up flush. So what I ended up doing, well, the first time I put it in, one of the clips wasn't in right, and I smashed the clip in, so I probably have to buy another clip next time I do this, which is probably gonna be never. But yeah, I nudged in the clip and this fit in perfectly. Lining this up was a problem with the headliner. I actually pulled out the headliner by accident, so when I pushed really hard on this, I snapped the headliner back in and it lines up perfect now. Like factory, like it was never taken apart. That's exactly how you guys want to do it. And then the wires, you want to hide it so that it looks as factory as possible. This one, again, looks as factory as you could get it, pretty much. But there we go, black box is installed. Again, to do it right, really you want to pop off the A-pillars or the side pillars to run the wires with the along the harness of whatever wire there is. That's the right way to do it. And when you put it into the headrest, make sure you have 3M double-sided tape so it doesn't fall out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The bottom wiring, you just gotta fit it into the moldings, which is not a big problem. Just find any 12-volt port. Also, another option is to just hardwire it into a relay that you make yourself, or you just hardwire the battery with the fuse. That works too. And with these black boxes, guys, even if you have it running 24 hours, it will not drain the battery too much unless you don't drive your car for months at a time. But I mean, if you leave your car for a week, it's gonna be fine. Your car will still start. And if you're cautious about it, just set your black box to only record when there's movement, and that way it'll only record when there's movement, and it'll just stay standby, which will eat up even less power. But just it's not gonna eat up too much if you leave it going 24 hours. Next thing, the next little thing is in here, and this is the let me open it because I haven't seen it myself. Trunk nets, basically. And what it is, it's a front tow bar license plate holder. Only problem is I have parking sensors on my car and I don't want it to get in the way, but I heard if you get a good quality one, you don't have to worry about parking sensors. Now I hope that's true. I don't know, I heard this sticks out a little bit. You have your little rod here that screws into your tow hook. Then you have your plate where you can mount it in multiple different locations. Each of these 4 little holes is mounting brackets for your car. So you can mount it here, or here. It all depends on how your car is set up. To avoid the parking sensor, now this does stick out quite a bit. So it'll probably stick out about that much. More, actually, not that much, because you also have the harness wires for it. So this is the next big thing, but I'm not gonna put this on until I get the detail done for my car. Whenever I get the car, guys, whenever I get any car, once a year I take it and I get the full-on detail and I get the whole wax combo and the whole, it's a couple $100, but I feel that it protects the car for about a year, and then you do it again after another year, and it's a nice thing to do. But that is it, guys, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it was informative. Like I said, this is kind of a universal process. I had the same black box or same dash cam on my BMW X1 and the same dash cam on my Acura TL. So take it or leave it, the process was about the same. I just know that if you don't push in the A-pillars right when you put it back in, you're gonna break a clip, and I broke a clip on the 5 Series. It's not a big problem. I broke half of it off, so I just pulled it off, and then only half of it's in there. But because I broke it close to where the bolt was, there's no movement, no sound, everything's solid. Don't need to replace that clip. If it's the bottom clip, I would need to replace that clip. Just be careful when you put it back on. It's easier to take it off than it is to put back on. But again, they're just plastic clips that you can just, I'm gonna go to the service center and ask for one. I'm pretty sure they'll give one to me. If not, I can just buy it. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, great night, great whenever you're watching this. And remember, live well, laugh more.